Hello and welcome to Cultural Capital. I'm Nancy Durrant, I'm the Evening Standard's arts editor, and on the show this week, instead of mourning the loss of the Notting Hill Carnival for the second year running, we went to see some of the artists who will be bringing it to us in other ways. We're visiting the Wellcome Collection on Euston Road for Thing of the Week, and I'll be reviewing an important new documentary that sheds a stark light on the heroism of extraordinary, everyday people working to free women from captivity in Syria. Now, despite this frankly disappointing heat wave, there was a point when we all hoped that a bit of Caribbean sun might shine again on West London with the return of the Notting Hill Carnival. That can't happen this year, but carnival musicians are bringing the mountain to Mohammed with a series of Caribbean-themed gigs at Notting Hill's near neighbours, Opera Holland Park. We nipped into rehearsals.
Every carnival since Ebony has formed, we've been playing in Panorama and playing in Carnival. So there is no carnival this year, but we do still have carnival events. There's 3 events, 2 of them are taking place in the Holland Park Opera Theatre, where we're playing with another band and also opera singers. And then you've got still the show, which is going to be our junior youth band, which is going to be playing with another band as well, which is going to be in Power Square in the park.
I've arranged one of the pieces, which is a sort of jazz standard by Fats Waller called Ain't Misbehaving, and basically just arranged it for voice and pan, just to kind of showcase what steel pans can do, because a lot of people wouldn't have seen like classical being played on a steel pan.
It's fabulous to be able to introduce classical music and even jazz being played by a steel band orchestra. The repertoire is something that I believe that we need to do more of, inclusive. It's important, I think, for us to be able to share our love of carnival, of enjoyment, you know, within this country.
People really have to work to take Pan to the next step, where we can play pop music, we can play classical, we can play reggae, and we're not just stuck in this bubble of soca and calypso music. So it'd be really interesting in the performance to see happen.
It's a great opportunity to play to a wider audience rather than just like the people at Carnival. This is showcasing the instrument. I think it's important to keep that culture going, you know, just having steel pans, you know, at Carnival, because some years it's like sound system, and you're not really getting the true essence, which I'm about. I'm more about the live music, you know.
We need something. We need something going through our veins, because Pan is literally a lifestyle for us. What we kind of care about the most is the feeling of being around your peers, playing music together. So having an event where we're all going to be able to play together is just amazing, and we were actually buzzing to be able to do this.
Ebony play at Opera Holland Park tonight, with another carnival gig of Caribbean jazz featuring the Engine Room Collective taking place tomorrow evening. Now, it's Thing of the Week.
This is an artwork by Deborah Kelly. It's called No Human Being is Illegal, brackets, in all our glory. And this particular one that we have here is of the artist Latai Tumampau. It focuses on her relationship to her family in the Kingdom of Tonga and to the climate breakdown. She's standing on melting glaciers. Alongside the fish in her stomach, there's plastic. One of the really kind of small bits that you have to kind of concentrate in on is this kind of tree which has a coal plant. It has some ladies in beach costumes sitting on coal. And it also has some very small pictures of Tongan women from a National Geographic in the 40s or 50s. This is a reference to the way that Tongan and Pacific Islander women were exoticized and are exoticized in Western media and Western art. It also references the connection between colonialism and climate breakdown.
In a week when the plight of women and girls in Afghanistan is a cause for real concern, it is a horribly timely moment for the release of Hogea Hirori's new documentary, Sabaya. Sabaya is a horrible word. It's used by the fighters of ISIS, or Daesh as they're called here, to describe the thousands of Yazidi women the group kidnapped during 2015 to use as sex slaves. They call them wives, but as you see over the course of the film, as you hear the women's testimonies, that word is at best a sick joke. Hirori's film follows a group of volunteers from the Yazidi Centre in northeastern Syria as they go about the dangerous business of liberating stolen women and girls from Al-Hol, the refugee camp set up for the families of ISIS fighters after the group's defeat in the region. Night after night, the quiet, stoic Mahmoud and his friend Ziad drive into the camp armed with handguns and supported by one or two fighters from the camp's female security force to pull Yazidi women from anonymous tents, if they haven't already been spirited away and sold again. The men's bravery is extraordinary, but the girls are identified first by heroes we can't see who can't be shown for fear of blowing their cover. The infiltrators are former Sabaya, returning under cover of their niqabs to spend time in the camp and locate their Yazidi sisters so that Mahmoud's team can swoop in and pluck them out, often directly out of the literal clutches of the older Daesh women who are keeping them captive. Hirori got footage from within the camp by going in himself with the infiltrators, dressed in a niqab, to conceal both his identity and his camera. He keeps things understated. There's rarely any music, very few conversations between him and his subjects. He simply observes as Mahmoud's wife Siham, who houses and feeds the women, niggles at him for always being away or comforts a weeping girl separated from her baby. We watch as Layla, recently rescued, breaks down in despair. She has nothing to go home to. Her family is dead. We watch as Mahmoud's mother, Zara, burns the black niqabs the girls have been forced to wear. And we see his little boy, Shadi, plaintively telling the slowly recovering Layla that he doesn't want her to leave. When she smiles for the first time, it's like a ray of light. The film isn't without its nail-biting drama, but even then the weird calm of the volunteers in the car as they drive headlong out of the camp, pursued by armed Daesh fighters, is eerie. If they catch up with us, they'll kill us, one of them says, matter-of-factly, as a newly rescued girl sobs in terror in the back seat. It's all done without posturing or heroics, but it's so shocking and it'll stay with you for a long time. This is not a fun watch, not by any stretch of the imagination, but it's an important one. Sabaya is in cinemas from today. Thanks so much for watching Cultural Capital. We'll see you here, same time next week.